Okay, so this is my Traxxas 4x4 Stampede external roll cage. I've been looking at external roll cages for this and have not seen anything online. There is a company, I believe RC Fabs, that's putting out an external roll cage for the Emaxx. I bought that one. It worked pretty well. It hooks up to a washer welded to a roll cage that goes over your points, and basically you put your pins that way and it sits on top. Works very well. It's really taking care of my body on the Emaxx. I've had my Summit for pretty much the month that it came out, and this is the first body that I've replaced. Totally stock except for this upgraded lights. My original white body is in great shape. I can still use it. I just wanted to go red and get rid of the hole at the top. That was for the AM antenna before they went to the 2.4. I noticed, I was a little concerned originally that with the plastic roll cage, how would it hold up? But I have a Mamba Monster Max 2200 kilovolt in my Summit. This is 1/10 scale, not the 16 scale. And needless to say, I had to put a wheelie bar because I kept flipping it over, and honestly, surprisingly, the plastic roll cage holds up very well. Body's in very good shape for almost, it seems like 2-3 years now. This is the first Summit body I'm changing. So my problem was trying to find the one for the Stampede 4x4. Okay, as you can see, it is a Summit external roll cage that I took off my old one, and I wanted to see if I could make it fit onto this car. Essentially, every single part on this roll cage is from the Summit. I didn't have to make any new parts, new fabrications, new fasteners. It's all from the original spare body that I had, my original body. The only mount points on this body, if you don't want to ruin your Stampede body, are 2 locations for the actual roll cage mount. Located behind the original, right here and right there. As you can see, the fasteners here. These are holding on the little side rail protector, which is separate from the roll cage, and here. As you notice, on the inside of the body, I have truck bed liner sprayed into it. I had that done in Arizona from a company that used the new Bullit liner. You can see them on eBay doing it for Revos and 8 scale. I had them custom do it for the Stampede body. Holds up really well. On the Summits, or Stampedes, I'm sure you all know the rear mount points have always been the worst on those shells because they're so thin, and the way they're located is rip right out. I mean, it could be 2 or 3 runs that I ripped one out, and that's why this whole project started, because it was just absolutely frustrating destroying bodies that were perfectly good except for those mount locations. You put an extra thick layer of the Bullit liner there, and I put epoxy, extremely hard epoxy, set around the holes to reinforce that area that the clips are basically rubbing against and cracking out. This body's been run through about 20 packs, and not a single crack has occurred. As you can tell, they are clean, no cracks. But I've noticed the body was getting scrape marks, obviously from flipping, and I really wanted something to protect the shell, so that's why this came out. As you can see, the roll bar is made from the same chassis as the Summit. Section here, it's cut from here. So like this, you can see the sections that are cut off and kept. So this section here, minus this here, I had to cut that off to make it fit, otherwise it stuck too low below the body, and just reattached it at 2 points. The front section was really long. You see the 2 holes here? You can see the 2 holes here. Just basically heated it up with a lighter, formed it in the front. This piece here is just one of the spare ones from back here. This one wasn't utilized. Okay. This section here wasn't utilized. Sorry, that one was. This one wasn't. Essentially, it was formed, bent down, This is already bent anyway. I just bent it a little bit more vertical to match the profile there. Used, cut off an end, formed it to make the horn, and basically cut off just a little section here to make the attachment plate for the bottom there. You can see the little hooks down there at the bottom, just to hold it together. There's some flex in there, but it's fine. As you can see, it actually holds up well to the profile. You have to heat it up at this location too to melt it over. But the profile is not too weird. I was trying to find a way to cut this off and maybe make it fit the profile exactly. It just wasn't happening. I thought about cutting this end off, but I wanted to make it stiff and strong over there, so I don't think it's too bad. Totally functions. The rear section, as you can see, original mount points, I just put new holes. Not original mount points. I put new holes. It drills in really easy. So, the only attachments for the sides holds up really well. This part here is basically this section here inverted. Once you take this part off, these can come off with screws. You cut it because it is too wide. I cut it on the edges just enough to put a hole in for the mount to go into. There are mounts for the lights that I utilize to secure the two and splice the sections together. You just have to measure it out and make sure it meets your roof line. As you can see, it meets the roof line very well. And basically, screwed it in. I used, as you see, the front sections right here, and on the back. These two stiffeners are basically just this rear section down here. Where is this? Back here. These rear sections here that I did not use, they're not solid rods like I'm on top. On top and the side and front are solid plastic rods. These in the back are channeled. They actually have a groove down the center. That's what slides on, and I just CA glued it in to hold it in place and make it stiff for the support. It actually worked really well. So that's it. I've been running it all day today, yesterday. It is definitely protecting the body, and it works really, really well. I'm actually very surprised. So I figured with a little ingenuity, you could actually make your own Stampede external roll cage. And not use a single other part to have to fabricate other than components from an existing one. I thought that was pretty neat that I didn't have to find any different fasteners, screws, or have to cut any plastic or make any splices. And this on Stampede T-Bone Racing, they make a servo protector guard. Just a side note. I had a problem with the plexiglass. They took care of it. I recommended that they make a nylon one. They said they actually were in the process of it, and I got one of the first ones. Much better design, much more durable. I don't really care to see underneath the servo. I'll know if my wheels are locked up and take care of it. Otherwise, there you go. Have any questions, make a comment, and I'll see if I can answer the best I can. Thanks.